Project Management Insights, providing project managers with professional development in the interpersonal skills areas of leadership, team building, and communication. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Project Management Insights. And as you can probably hear, I've got a bit of a cold. Hopefully you can still understand me enough, even though I sound pretty nasally. Hence the reason why my scheduling has been off track this week. You will notice that this episode's going up a day later than you usually expect to see it pop up in your podcasting app. So this morning I was having a great conversation with Mark Steele, who is the author of the book Projects on Purpose. And we had connected to talk about Mark being a guest on a Project Management Insight episode. Stay tuned for that. That's going to happen soon. We were having a great conversation about projects and project management and all of those things that can go wrong. And this is why today I wanted to talk to you about managing projects. And I guess it's about the misconception that a number of people have when they get into project management, that managing projects is about a schedule and a budget and a scope. Now, sure, those things are all part of the framework of delivering a project. But the thing that most project managers don't get and understand is that the whole purpose of them actually managing, or what they're actually managing, is people. If they don't manage the people that are working for them on their project, the people working for you on your project, if you don't manage them to get the best from them, to make sure that they are all working to the same outcome, that they all understand what the desired outcome of this project is, then your project is going to fail. There's no two ways about it. It won't matter how perfect you are at tracking a schedule or looking at budgeting or defining scope and tracking scope. If the people are not working with you on the project and you aren't managing the people to get the best from them, then you have no possibility of succeeding. When I was working as the PMO manager at a large insurance agency in Australia, I was recruiting for a junior project manager. And at the time, one of the staff members from our customer service team approached me and said that she'd always wanted to get into project management, and so could she have the opportunity to interview for the role? And I said, of course. And we talked, and with her customer service background, or her team leader background in customer service, I felt that she was a good fit for the role. She could always learn project management, as in, back in Australia, we use the Prince 2 method. So she could always go and do her Prince 2 training to understand what the concept of formal project management was about. But I felt at that time that it was her skills in customer service or working with people approach that was going to set her in good stead in the role. So I took her on board and she started working with me on some projects. About a month into her trial period, she came to me and she said to me, "This isn't going to work." And I asked her the question, why was that? And she said, because there's too much that I need to do around stakeholders. The stakeholders are driving me mad. It's all about the stakeholders. And I can't do it. And it was an interesting time of noticing that even the person that I thought that had good experience with customers and people didn't understand that project management was predominantly about people and people management. She'd thought that it was going to be easy to step into the role because of the nature of what she saw project management as, which was managing a project, managing scope, managing budget, and managing a timeline or a schedule. Now, that's a misconception that I believe a lot of people that get into project management have. And as I said, it creates problems because the focus is then too much on the schedule, on the budget, and on the scope, and not enough on the people that are delivering what it is that you want them to deliver. And so if you were to shift your focus from schedule, scope, and budget and move it to people, maybe you might be surprised at how much more efficient and effectively your project runs, and how much easier it is for you to actually manage the project. If you get clearer in your communication, if you create a picture for the people working on your project so that they understand exactly what you are all working towards and their place in working towards that specific end, aka a successfully delivered project, then you will find that the whole process of receiving task completion on time, having issues raised, understanding the risks that are there and managing them, defining or knowing that the scope's being delivered, all of the sorts of things that you would normally be doing that you're believing are part of your project, but your project management role, will all just fall into place and happen a lot more automatically and a lot more easily. So shift your focus from scope, budget, and schedule and move it to people, and let me know what you find and how much of a shift you find is occurring in your project delivery and things being delivered on time, on scope, and on budget. Because as I said, you will find that it will definitely make a difference if you shift that focus. All right, well, I'm about to get this out there for you, and thankfully or hopefully you have been able to understand most of it through my nasally voice this week, and I look forward to talking to you some more next week for another episode of Project Management Insights.
Thank you for listening to this Project Management Insights podcast. Be sure to visit projectmanagementinsight.com and sign up for our monthly newsletter or to receive updates on upcoming training.